at least mid-June, but that'd be a good time. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
welcome everybody to the Williamson County Board of Commissioners meeting. It's Tuesday, it's Tuesday, April 18th, 2023 at 9:05 a.m. Roll call, please.
Jim Atkinson.
Present.
Jim Marlowe.
Present.
Jim Riser.
Present.
Is there any public comment before we get started? Hearing none, we'll move on to new business. Oh, you have old business?
Just one is old business. I did receive another email from that spotter off with the fitness group and asked if there's still any interest that they could give us another, maybe whatever, not called myself at this time. Interested, said thank you for the presentation for your time.
That's why I keep doing it. Don't have facilities. Okay, any other old business? All right, moving on to new business. Purpose of the meeting today was I had a conversation with Brett talking about how to write the request for proposal the other day. And there was a question about what exactly we are trying to accomplish. What is our expectation? What are we looking for in this proposal? And I think the question was, are we looking for a hard number? This is how much it's going to cost. Are we looking for a firm or a broker so as to be able to find the product for us? And I think, Brett, if I'm not over speaking on your part, I think you really need to know what exactly we're looking for.
Well, so I've had conversations with you, Tim. I've had some email and conversations with Jim. Jim, I haven't, but we have in a roundabout just with questions. And in my opinion, where the board needs to go or what the board needs to decide is, do you want to interview and accept proposals from brokers that are going to go out and say, look, if you do a $7,000 deductible with an HSA or with a whatever, this will be this. If you do this, this will be this. It'll be this, and can kind of put together a variety of plans for you to then choose. Hey, this is going to meet our collective bargaining agreement requirements, and this is going to potentially have savings for us. If that's what you want, then that's a request for qualifications to select a company to do that. If you want proposals, then you have to define what that proposal is. So compare it in a product type element, which is you want a 2023 GMC truck. You're going to get bids for a 2023 GMC truck, and everybody's going to give you that same bid. If somebody gives you a 2023 Ford, it's not going to be in compliance with your request for proposals. And so it's not apples to apples. And so after our meeting the other day, that was my question is, what exactly are we bidding? Because just to say bid health insurance, you're going to get the same health insurance in reality, because Blue Cross is going to be Blue Cross, HealthLink is going to be HealthLink, Aetna's going to be, so absent bringing in a United Healthcare or somebody outside of a company, you're going to get the same or very similar quotes. So you're not going to have that savings. But I think what you guys are looking for are strategies to potentially save money and still be in compliance with the collective bargaining agreement, which I think needs less committee input, but less bidding elements and more compiling elements. That's my opinion.
So that's why I called this meeting today, because this board needs to kind of define its expectations. What we need to do.
I think I'm right with you that personally, I think it's more an RFQ. I think we're looking for a broker. I don't think any of us want to sit down and look through X number of full proposals on Y number of plans. We need to find a firm that we're comfortable with, that then we can work with quickly to get to the number of plans we want to deal with. I think it's more of, we're looking for a firm, not for a plan.
Okay, so what we'll be doing is here you.
Similar to what we did for Grand Control.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, so now, we find a broker, somebody will be answer this question. I know, what do we do? Do they just do this for free? Do we offer them something? Or what? So I remember years ago when we switched out, we had an independent guy do the work for us and we gave him a stipend.
So I don't think a stipend is necessary. My understanding of the insurance industry is a broker selected and then you're going through that broker for the health insurance. They will get their premium
Gotcha.
compensation based upon whatever that deal is. So they get, 2% for every person written for Blue Cross. I don't know, I'm making up the numbers. Sure. But it's something along those elements of, that's how they're going to get their money. They're going to get it from Blue Cross as their agent, or from HealthLink, or from whoever it is.
Well, that's what I was wanting to understand, have an understanding of how we did that, because I know it's done. That was in the past.
And like I said, that's my understanding. I'm certainly not.
And just for clarification, this doesn't remove Hope Trust.
It would not.
This is still for comparison with that already included in the mix.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, I mean, if they respond to the RFQ, yes, I guess would be the short of it. Now, so there's two different things that can happen with it. They can respond to the RFQ and attempt to be the broker themselves, or if a different broker is selected, that broker could potentially approach the Hope Trust and say, could we write your book of business for the trust? And so I don't know how that works, because that's the background.
And that's what I don't want to, my request to see something else was to put next to Hope Trust, not to eliminate Hope Trust. So whatever we do going forward, I don't want to see that happen.
Well, and there's always the chance that the broker will come back with essentially what we have to pay the costs. May not be it, let's say. So, I mean, I'm perfectly fine with going through the broker process.
And we'll just go through the broker.
Well, I should have authority to do it.
Well, and that was the
So
thing.
that was my big thing, is I have authority to do an RFP, but I didn't have the details to write the RFP. So if we were gonna switch over to an RFQ, so Jackson counties, when they put out theirs is kind of a hybrid. Theirs is an RFQ/RFP. And then they did an interesting thing, is they didn't require the current insurance provider to have to bid.
Oh, really?
Which I thought was interesting in how that was fashioned. But I had no hands on that one at all. I received a packet, from Jennifer.
Yeah.
They drafted that in their own insurance committee.
So writing a RFQ for this, what kind of time frame are you looking at, right?
I've got a couple of different templates that I've already started to compile and put together. I think we can put the RFQ out in short fashion, since we're not requiring them to go out and get medical data. It really should just be a submission of their qualifications, which, again, we can talk about today. Is my thoughts are, you want to know what's their book of business, what's their office staffing levels, what other things do they provide? I mean, those are the general things that you would go and shop for an insurance broker. I look at it.
What about references, people we can call?
Yeah, I mean, I would look at it the same way as if I was going out to shop State Farm, country companies, or anything else. It's who's going to give what customer service, and what access do you have?
Do we want to put a minimum number of references? That we should call?
Yeah, and that's entirely up to you guys as to what you want.
I think at this point, we not only need their qualifications, but I think we should talk to the customers.
Do you want to use 3,
Probably
5?
3 as well as kind of.
Minimum of 3. Yeah.
And you would be comfortable with 5? I mean, it just depends on how many phone calls you guys want to make. That's, we've got 3 or 5 or more, Jim? 3 or 5? 5 it is.
Are you each gonna talk, or you wanna do 6, and each of you take 2, or?
Yeah, we can do 6 and then that way each of us can call Dion. That way we're
Just
not.
a thought. That's what I'm saying.
To each.
I mean, otherwise, 3 calls from the same person saying, hey, I've already talked to your other one, type of situation.
Let's do that.
Okay. Any other definitive qualifications?
I don't know that we can really restrict this to geographic area, like at least keep it.
You want to put a requirement that they have the ability to write HealthLink, Blue Cross, United, I mean, those are the types of things that when I look at the RFQ process that I think you guys can filter out.
Is there a rating for those insurance companies like Blue Cross? Do they have ratings?
As far as brokers?
Yeah, to try to find some common area to judge one to another.
Not that I'm aware of.
I'd say, for being consistent, I'd say I'd like to see us keep it within Weeks County.
Well, that would provide an issue.
Would it?
Yeah.
What would it? Why?
Well, we may be limited on the number of requirements we get. Yeah.
Can you define Williamson County? We ran into this with, for instance, with the IT. What is considered?
Gotcha, I know what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. Okay, all right, no, I see it now. Okay. All right, scratch that.
I mean, I think it's a condition you can certainly
Could keep in mind.
mentally think about yourself, but I don't know that it's one that I would limit it.
Okay.
I don't know how you would define it. When you ask about being able to write a minimum in my mind would be what we're obligated to present to collective bargaining. However you can word that. If they don't have the ability to reproduce that, then they're not in on anyway. There's no sense in wasting any more.
I don't think it'd be difficult reaching. I think most of us, when you said that, I had, what I was concerned about was, some broker coming in to say, Bob's Insurance, we want somebody that's.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you have somebody that comes in that's got his own little small agency, et cetera, that says, here's 200 bodies that I need you to insure them, 200 hours in the process, or how, this is the most I've had type of situation, it would cause some concern. And then I think you also have to think big picture that if you guys are looking at strategic plan options of creativity of an HSA or an HRA or those types of things, you need somebody that's got some experience developing those, because those have some element of self-administration to them as well, that Julie's going to need some guidance of how do we get that set up. And if you have general insurance agent, yes, he knows what the term is, but have they ever set up and effectively got the banking arranged and answered questions as far as what does qualify, what doesn't qualify? Those are the types of things that I think you guys are going to want to vet, to make sure that those options exist. Otherwise, you're going to get just, we'll just pull out the yellow book and pick an insurance book. And that's my thoughts, but yeah.
Beyond the 6 references, can we request a client list? At least a representative client list? To give us an idea if they've.
I think we can request, I don't know on confidentiality as to what some will be proud to give, others, wouldn't. So I don't, we can certainly put in preferred, but I don't know that we can put it's gotta be a complete for the proposal pack. I would think most of them would try to flaunt those bigger ones to say, here's what we got, call them.
Actually,
Could you at least put a requirement that they have at least one group plan? They've administered at least one group plan or something, so you're not gonna get the small one says, I think I'm gonna try this, and that they've got.
well, I would think,
established record.
I think we disqualify those ones.
Well, what I'm saying, if you write it in the RFQ, I mean, basically, you leave them out right away.
I would say one group plan of 100 or more.
Yeah. I mean, set that as a, because then that way you're not gonna have the tire kickers, you're gonna have people. Yes, I've done this. I mean, you're not having to read through all of them. Those are gonna be hopefully serious proposals.
I've got experience with HSA, HRA, self-funded, and standard commercial plans. I think you're gonna wanna have that in there.
What about experience with government bodies?
I think so.
And I would think that on our request for references, we should probably require them to give us at least one or two governmental bodies that they provide service with.
Jim, Bruce's comment, I mean, you could at least say client list of governmental entities. Because I mean, that's all public information, you could FOIA any of that. Yeah, I mean, they don't want to give out corporate clients.
Yeah,
They're
there's,
required those, because we get that through FOIA.
we get into issues of divulging information that we should.
I'll do a general catch-all phrase that says, any other benefits or qualifications that you feel, make you stand out over everybody else, You'd like to think that they're gonna resume this, that's gonna shout that out, but
Yeah.
put it in there just for. So then what turnaround time you want? 10 days, 14 days?
10. Julie's, if we could do it in 2 days, that would be fine, right, Julie?
That's all right. I mean, it's a legal minimum.
It's a reasonable period of time to respond.
10 days is the reality. 10 days is good.
I don't,
10 business days.
I was thinking 10 business days,
10 business days or 10 days? Because I'm having that fight with Blue Cross right now. It's 15 business days, which equates to like 21 days.
Yeah.
When you're waiting for that response, you want to,
2 weeks.
so 10 days.
Sure.
10 days.
And like I said, there's not a lot of collection of information that they need to put together for this. So it's really just the note, just getting the publication.
Speaking of publication, where do we need to send this to?
Post on the website. If anybody has any specifics that they're interested in, clearly Clemens has been here.
Do we reach outside the county very far? Is there a clearinghouse for these types of things?
It's new to me, so I don't really
My
know.
old industry, we had firms that specialized in getting bidding documents like this out to it's
Well, but you had a big website that
right,
it listed every single job on a daily,
yeah.
and then you coded it, whether or not it was plumbing, electrical, HVAC, all the different ones.
Right, but tradespeople, they had the opportunity to go through, see
Right.
the jobs that are available. And, that was one of the things that was, I think, a little bit of a problem with the architects was, we kept it in the county.
Yeah.
And some of them had never seen it, but not seen it. So, I mean, if we want to get a good sample of brokers, we need to cast them up in the phone.
I just don't know. I don't know what the insurance industry uses as their RFP, RFQ go-to website is the issue.
Right. I mean,
I've not ever seen anything as far as a website of, here's governmental RF. I mean, I don't know how these businesses find it, other than word of mouth.
I mean, I don't even, how many days do we need to post this for?
We've said we're gonna post it for 10.
No, I meant the advertisement for RFQ. Is that a one day advertisement? Is it multiple day? Is it-
Well, again, depends on where you go with it. So I think if you do the southern, you gotta have it in by Tuesday, or what did we run into the last time?
Yeah.
It was Tuesday or Wednesday, it was Tuesday or Wednesday that we had to have it in order to,
To do it for that next week.
I think
so we could do 10 days from the publication, if you wanted to do 10 days from, if we're gonna put it in the southern or
Yeah,
Marion Daily or whatever it is, we'll do 10 days from that date, we'll get the date from Stephanie and then modify that. I'll have a draft of this before Friday
okay.
so that we can have it in the paper we won't make,
I won't like Mondays.
I mean, we can call today and find out if they can, if they can run it, if we can submit it today or tomorrow. If they can submit it tomorrow, we can get it in the paper. I will make sure that it gets in the paper. If they say it had to be in this afternoon, it'll be tough, but I might be able to.
Okay. So 10 days from publication. So what can you guys?
So
Okay.
which ones are you wanting? You want me to do the southern?
I think we do the southern, I think we do the either the star probably because that catches Carterville area.
They each have separate publications. I mean, I've done, like, whenever I print out my delinquency lists, I do them all to read. They usually give me
Yeah, we'll do it like that.
Carter, the head, so.
They catch us reading.
We'll do there and the southern? Or are you just saying just do the southern or the star?
My opinion is we do both. You think,
I think
Should we do both?
Yeah.
I know whenever we put the RFQ in for the animal control, it was about $400 for that.
Yeah.
I was gonna look to see, I think you said it.
Let's get it done.
Let's get it out there. Gentlemen, we need to take that money out.
Let's get it done.
We'll need to take that money out of contingency, I would
Yeah.
think. So we'll authorize those funds and just say. Right.
Yeah.
Stephanie, if you
Whatever it
could,
takes to.
right, if you could get those for us.
I saw a Wednesday deadline for the last one that we did on the telephone request for proposal. That
That
they
ran
run it
this week.
Thursday. I understand.
Wednesday. Is that Wednesday for next Monday? Wednesday deadline for Monday?
Um, email, it's the email that was circulated in November. It says addition hits for Thursday, Wednesday morning deadline. They've already been ran. We'll have to do it next week. That was on the request for telephones. It sounds like we have to have it in by Wednesday morning in order for it to run for Thursday.
Oh, okay.
So if that's the case, we can get it in tomorrow morning and have it out Thursday. I don't know about Marion. That was Swinford.
I'll reach out.
So we'll coordinate that and then we'll get it. Like I said, if it's tomorrow morning's deadline, we'll get it out.
Sorry for that, I don't think they're gonna take that every day, do they?
No, it's Wednesdays and Thursdays. So if you get something to them by the end of this week, they'll have it
Next
in
week.
the next. Because I get, like, I know I do stuff to them all the time. So I have time to just.
So then I have to ask you hold on to some until the start, it hits the paper the same day.
I don't think there's any need.
I think we're just tied to 10 days from
We'll do
the
the 10
last
days.
publication.
Yeah, we'll get the dates of the publications and we'll make that. So the Southerns may be 11 days or 12 days and the others may be 10, but it'll all have the same date. It won't be, the RFQ won't say 10 days from publication. The RFQ will have a definitive date and it'll be calculated based upon what we find out this morning from the newspaper.
Or not?
Sounds good to me.
Anything else you need from us, Fred?
Nope, I think that makes it shorter, makes it easier,
Yeah,
because I'm not having to get medical data.
that's our job, to simplify.
Thanks.
Everything we do is simple, right, guys?
Yeah.
Actually, do you have anything else you want to talk
I
about?
got 3 on that.
Okay. Oh, okay, sure. Simple.
First one's for the city of Pearl Springs. They have purchased the software, I guess, and the license for their meter already. So that's with Camstrup. It's $9,690.73. Got Heron House of Hope for their March meal prep items that they have purchased for $1,913.73. And then I have the Williamson County or the Sheriff's Department for the 2 vehicles that were purchased at Jim Hayes Incorporated. Total amount of that is $80,394.
And any claims from the village of Colton?
No.
Have you talked to them lately? No. Okay, I'll give Ronnie a call.
No, the only thing that I've got going on with Rodney is the crank bill. Everything that he's.
There's been some action.
Excuse me?
There has been some action.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, I got a check ready for him. I'm taking over this week.
Jim, you said you had something else?
Yeah, I had an email that I asked Stephanie to forward to you guys from Mark Dillon. Some dates to meet. Or to start off with the animal control. I don't know if you looked at those dates or not. He suggested, I suggested Wednesdays are a good time for us to meet, whether it be morning or afternoon. He said he could meet any Wednesday, for the most part. He also said, he's open on April 24th, and May 2nd, and the week of May 8th. So I didn't know what might be something that we need to look at your schedules and let's come up with a date so we can get it back to him. And he also forwarded a copy of the contract, legal contract that I gave to you, Brett.
Yeah, I've got it printed out here.
So
So you guys just,
discuss what might work for you guys.
any Wednesday. It's okay.
So he just said he can't meet tomorrow, so,
We can substitute that for an ARPA meeting.
so
What's your favorite?
Oh, yeah, I'm wide open.
26th then.
26, it's good.
The boardroom's booked up on.
I'm sorry.
The boardroom's booked up on the 26th. There's a deposition in here and then Mayor Networks is doing training.
Oh, okay. We could, if the 26th, I mean, two options there.
We could go upstairs.
Go upstairs, or we could, so, I assume we just get started, it's just move upstairs.
You'll just meet upstairs. Okay. Stephanie, those rooms open upstairs.
Okay, tentatively, let's make it.
Tentatively upstairs.
I
on
won't,
the
I won't
26th.
respond to him until we find out for sure.
When you do, would you send us out
Yeah.
an email, text or email notification?
It is administrative professional day that day, so I would expect you guys to take care of your administrative professional.
You would expect that.
Hold on,
Hopefully they'll get me the same thing they did last year.
what did we get you last
Whole
year?
bunch of nothing.
Stephanie,
Well, you'll have 10% more of that this year.
Stephanie, like I've always said, if you go and get a card, I'm sure we
Yeah.
would all sign it.
What is it? What day is it? Administrative assistant day? Is that what it is?
Yeah. It's now administrative and professional. It's not administrative assistant.
Oh, professional.
It went from secretary to administrative assistant to now administrative professional.
It's got a better read.
It's a better title.
It's
Before long, it'll
better
be,
money.
before long, it'll be the administrative president. Vice president of administration.
Gentlemen, I don't have anything else. Yes. Have nothing else to discuss? Rich, you got anything else?
No, I'm just working to do.
Okay, well, we'll adjourn this thing and get Brett busy.
Okay, so,
Hold on, Travis, have you got something for us? Get ready to close this out.
He wants to talk to me.
No.
yeah, so 26 at 1, that would be one call.
All right.
Well, I think we entertained a motion for something.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Tim Atkinson,
Yes.
Jim Marlowe,
Yes.
Jim Razor.
So Red, I was early.
No, that one's already been appropriated, so I just